So the restoration on our Cox Chaparral 2D slot car continues. Now, this was made in the later 60s. Really neat piece of equipment, but what's interesting is they used die-cast magnesium for the wheels and the frame, and magnesium corrodes. So I had another video I posted there on a method I tried on another chassis just the other day using Simple Green in my little cheapy ultrasonic cleaner, and it seemed to work pretty good. I don't think it's perfect, but it's pretty simple. I already had the Simple Green that I had used to strip the old paint off of the body, so I'm repurposing the Simple Green, and we'll see what we get in the morning. Now, I've got the chassis disassembled here, and I still need to take the front wheels off. And these Cox cars are really cool because these wheels have, well, they rotate independently of each other, right and left. So a lot of cars didn't do that. They'd have an axle, it would just really get screwed onto the axle, and the tires would rotate together. So just one of the really nice details that Cox did in their stuff. So they have a little nut on the end of the chassis, and you got to have the special little Cox Made in USA wrench to take the nut off to get these rims off. So that's kind of where we are. Let me get these hubs off. I'll drop everything in the ultrasonic cleaner, and we'll see how that goes. And I did some detail painting of like the interior, and I touched up the driver a little bit. He had a mustache. I didn't like it, and you know, this isn't the greatest paint job, but it'll do. He'll be really obstructed or obscured in the car, so it was really good practice for me. I hadn't done detail painting like that in a while, so I painted the helmet silver. I think that was pretty standard for most of the guys that would have driven these cars back in '66, is they'd have a silver bell helmet. And so that's looking pretty good. Oh, and if you are gonna paint things like that, you know, a really fine, really good paintbrush. Luckily I had this old one. This is a 0000 really fine paintbrush. I had that for a long time. I can't remember what I bought it for, but it came in handy. So that's all I have for right now. I'm waiting on, well, this overnight in the Simple Green, and then I'm waiting for decals. I need to order some reproduction tires because tires are 50, 60 years old. They get hard and dry. A lot of times they're cracked. These front ones aren't too bad, but I need to get them off there and soak those rims. So we'll see what we get. I also need to use this Simple Green to strip the paint off of these little detail pieces. These were little chrome pieces. They went in the headlights, and taillights is what they were supposed to represent on the model. And a lot of them had blue overspray on them. So I've already soaked these in Simple Green once. It removed most of the blue paint. That blue paint was pretty stubborn. I had to use an old toothbrush to get most of it off, and it still all hasn't come off. So, and then the blue paint apparently protects the chrome underneath. So looks like I'm gonna have to put these in the Simple Green a little bit longer to get all the blue off, and then put them back in and make sure all the chrome comes off. Now, there are some really good chrome paint pens available, so we can probably look at make these look almost new when we're done here. But it's just some of the little details that you kind of need to follow up on here. So work continues on this to make this restoration look good. So let's see how our magnesium frame did in the Simple Green bath and the ultrasonic cleaner. Actually, my batteries wore out. It's been an extra day in here. I was hoping to get the decals in and decal the body, and I didn't, so I left it in here for an extra day. Got bubbles there. Dry this off here. And I don't know, it looks pretty decent to me. It looks like magnesium. A few darker spots on it, and I think that looks pretty good to me. And you know, it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Getting the corrosion off with the simple green. You know, it's not toxic. Some people use lemon juice. I guess bead blaster is the preferred way. And you can also hit it with a Dremel with a wire wheel on it. But I had the simple green, so it was pretty straightforward just to leave it in here. So I'm pretty happy with the results. I will put, like I say, clear coat it. Hopefully I'll have one session, kind of clear coating, painting the body once I get the decals on. So there you go, I'm just waiting for decals, and we'll go from there. I ordered decals off of eBay and decorated the car. Now, my intent here was to make it look like a slot car. So this isn't an exact model of any one particular race car that raced in any one particular race. A lot of people do that now, but I was just trying to make it a sort of slot car like someone would have made it back in the 60s. And I thought it came out pretty well. And what I use as a pattern for the side is the side of the box. But the one reproduction Chaparral decal sheet did not have the 7 with this slash in it. So I actually used they call it a roundel, the round thing here, and I cut one of these 7s out of this set. So I kind of like how it came out. And there's one more thing I have to do. I'm going to try to do, let me put it that way. It doesn't show it here on the box, but the real car has a little Chaparral logo on the side of the air scoop. Now, this decal sheet has them, but it's 2 separate pieces. So it's this teeny little black thing, and it has the lettering here with a little border around it, and I think the little teeny Chaparral logo, their Roadrunner logo. So I got to get that on the side of the airbox, and then I got to get the lettering on. And if you don't see it on in later videos, you know I messed it up because it was just too teeny, and I've only got one shot for each side to make it work. But these are homemade decals, so everything's printed on one clear decal sheet. So that means if you don't want a bunch of excess decal material or clear decal material around all the decals, you got to trim it really close. So you need some really teeny scissors, really sharp. So that takes a little bit of time. Not really hard to decal this up, not a lot of decals to put on, but it was pretty time consuming considering how few decals there were. And like I say, half the time was spent trimming out the decals. Now, I used this blue micro set, and the same company makes this micro saw. And these are really similar products to help decals either adhere or conform to the surfaces. The blue micro set gives a little bit more adhesion. In simple terms, the red one, the micro saw, softens the decal up so it fits the contours of a more complex surface. In this case, I don't think there's a lot of conforming to really, tricky surfaces. I don't think it would have mattered too much which one I used. But lucky I bought those a number of years ago, and they came in handy for this. So at this point, I can now clear coat the body, and when I do that, I might as well also clear coat our magnesium frame so that doesn't corrode anymore. And I just want to talk about the decals because, like I say, I wanted to I mixed and matched them. And the blue set of decals came from someone, their eBay name is That Legal? ISTHATLEGAL. It's all one word, small letters. It was $13.50 free shipping, but I got a little bit of sales tax added on. These other decals look like this. There was one more large number 7 here, and then you get one of these Chaparral logos, large Chaparral logos, I should say. And those were $4.95 each, plus $2 shipping. So I ordered 2 of these, and I get Michigan sales tax, and the seller's name is MERCN. So the decals worked really well. I'm really happy with them. They went on nice. It just took a little bit of time cutting them out. So that's pretty cool. It's starting to look like a race car now, and I've been sort of making little short videos of progress, and I think I got 3 or 4 of them in there now. I think I'm gonna publish this, so this will be the end of a number of short videos. But if you have any comments or questions, let me know in the comment section, and thanks for watching.